Hey y'all, Morgan from Charleston Crafted here today, and today I'm going to be showing you how to stain wood. Specifically, we are talking about poplar. Poplar is a popular wood for sort of beginning level woodworkers to work with. It is a hardwood and it gives you a lot of the benefits of a hardwood, but is one of the least expensive hardwoods and is readily available at hardware stores like Lowe's or Home Depot. It's kind of tricky to stain because of the undertones in the grain of the wood. So let's take a look and let's talk about it a little bit more. The steps are 1, sand it with a high grit sandpaper, 2, wipe it clean, 3, apply a pre-stained wood conditioner, and 4, stain in the direction of the grain with a rag or a paintbrush. Then after a few minutes, wipe off any excess stain. Once your wood is fully stained, you have the option of applying a top coat like polyacrylic. Use the same process in the direction of the stain using a paintbrush, and you will have protected your wood as well. Okay, so this is poplar wood. So you can see in here the beautiful coloration of the poplar. Sometimes it has, like this piece has a little bit of purple almost in the grain. Sometimes it can read a little bit green. I don't really like the green spots as much, and I feel like the green plays really weird off of a lot of wood stains. So watch out for green spots when you are shopping for poplar. So before you start staining, you're gonna wanna sand. With your project, you're gonna start at a low grit, coarse sandpaper and work your way up to a high grit, so something over 200, and just sand in the direction of the grain. This is gonna remove any coating on the wood, smooth it out for a nice smooth finish. This is obviously just a little swatch of wood. So just giving it a light sand, but you can obviously use your orbital sander for a really nice finish. Then what you're gonna wanna do is condition your wood. This is less necessary with hardwoods, but poplar is still kind of like a softer hardwood. There's a hardness scale, and it falls in the category of a softer hardwood. And softer woods just tend to absorb stain in a splotchy way. So if certain spots are drier, like the elbows of your skin, compared to the rest of the wood, those dry spots are gonna absorb a lot more stain, get darker, and look splotchy. So the solution to that is to use a wood conditioner. This is the one that I use, and it's so easy to apply. You can use a foam brush, a regular brush, or a lint-free cloth. Any of these will work. You don't even really need to wear gloves when you do this because it's clear. So you just dip in your brush and just brush it on in the direction of the grain. You can see how much that instantly darkens up the wood. It's just like putting lotion on. And this will fully absorb after 24 hours. So if you put this on and wait more than 24 hours, you do need to reapply it. But we're gonna let it sit for about 30 minutes to soak in before we apply our stain on top of it. So here's your poplar wood after the conditioner has sat on there for about 30 minutes. We are going to apply our stain now. I have this, it is a gray stain. It is important, especially with these darker stains, that you get your stir stick and you give the stain a nice stir. It has a tendency that the pigment settles to the bottom and the top is very watery. And if you just dip your brush in the top of the stain, you'll be very disappointed by the lack of color that you get. Trust me, I know. You can use a paintbrush or a lint-free cloth for this. I'm gonna use my lint-free cloth. You just dip it and then you put it on your wood and you apply it just like this in the direction of the grain. And usually I will do about a 2-foot section of the board at once. Let it sit just for a little while, and then we're gonna wipe off the excess with a clean section of the cloth. So sit. Okay, we let this sit for a little bit. Now we're gonna wipe off the excess. And the harder you push, the more you can wipe off. There you go. And so now you can see kind of what I was talking about earlier, the grain on the poplar. Poplar has a little bit of a like splotchiness to it, a little dashes and dots to the wood, and there's nothing you can really do about that. That's just how the wood looks, and the darker the wood stain, the more that's gonna show up. So this is kind of a mid-tone. You can take a look. That's how easy it is to stain wood. I hope that this was informative and helped you for your next woodworking project. Thanks so much for watching.